Like when chuggy became a thing, I hate that word.
I just literally refused to acknowledge it. I heard it once and I was like, that's really dumb. Like, I just refused to make that a part of my vocabulary. It's stupid.
I think it was one of the first words that I had to like look up to know what it meant.
It reminds me of that dog food. Chow? What is it called? Paw? I don't even know. But do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I thought of every time. And I was like, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. Chuggy became chuggy so quickly. It became what it is.
She did that. She did that. Well,
I was like, what a dumb sounding word.
R.I.P. Nobody wanted you here.
I want to know who did make that word or like tried to make it a thing.
Yeah, okay, Prindle. Or is it Frindle? That book.
Frindle.
About the pen.
Oh, I love that.
It's fine. It was fun. And then they, like, our school made us do, like, make up your own word. And that was a lot of...
It's hard.
It was a lot of pressure. I was like, what?
I can't make up something like Frindle.
The kid literally had a year. Like, what do you mean?
You're really putting me on the spot here, Barbara.
Like, I only get 45 minutes to be a star. I cannot work under those conditions. That was very hard.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's hard to come up with a
You know
word
what else I had to do?
and not make it sound chewy.
You want to know what else I had to do? I'm sorry. Yes, I did see your plug there. But I just got myself heated. Because did you ever read this book in school about some fucking like insect or rodent that like lives in a box and like makes a house?
Oh man, I thought
Okay.
when you said insect, I was like, oh, did I read her mind? Not this time.
No, it like lived in New York and it like lived in this like cardboard box of like.
Wait, this sounds familiar.
Do you know what I'm talking about? So,
But it makes me think of Stuart Little, but
It's
I know
not
you're
Stuart
not talking
Little.
about Stuart Little.
No.
Wait. No. Not Flowers for Algernon, right? Or Algernon? What is his name?
that doesn't
That's
sound
a sad book.
That doesn't sound familiar to me at all. All I know is that we had to make our own version of like a house for the thing to live in. Like that was the assignment. It's like, what do you think the house would look like?
It's just like 5th grade. This feels like a 5th grade project.
No, it was 4th grade. And I was so you were wrong. So anyway, I was so stressed because it was like really hard. And like, of course, the like not crazy people were like, they just brought in like a box and they were like, that's the house. But I'm over here like, so it's got to have 3 bedrooms, like
need a
this,
balcony.
like I have like a skylight sounds nice. And I'm like, because it can't just be that. I was like, that's what they're expecting.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm literally about to be like, move that bus, like that kind of shit.
Yeah, little Abby would never. She's not going to show up with a shoebox and be like, here it is.
Yeah, no. Obviously, there was an in-ground pool. So.
Oh, did you do American Girl doll books? The American Girl books?
Gosh, Bri, this is just... No. Do you want to know why?
Because they weren't good stories.
No, that I don't know much about, but, I mean, kind of...
Because you actually read.
No, stop. Come on, don't shit on yourself. No, it's just the fact that I didn't really fuck with dolls because of Chucky.
Ah, okay.
So that's just why. It wasn't anything like that. It was just like, you know, Chucky was my first doll that I ever like learned about because I had a different childhood than obviously most of you.
You had a brother.
Right.
It's all girls in my family.
Exactly. So like my first intro was to Chucky and I was like, oh, ew, ew. I was like, I don't think so. So when I got invited to like an American Girl doll party, I was like, so we're going to die?
We're partying with
No,
them?
one of the moms asked me. No, literally, one of the moms asked me, and she's like, "Where's your doll?" And I was like, "Oh my God, Mrs. Griffith, don't be stupid." Dolls.
I value my life.
You think I'm gonna get my nails done next to the doll? I say in quotes. Come on.
I did not have an American Girl doll, but I feel like I associate. I feel like girls in the 90s with the American Girl books, it was to like, you associated a lot of your personality with like one of the girls. I think mine was Kit, but I don't remember.
Kit Kidred?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I watched that movie.
Yeah, so you know.
She was a bad bitch.
I liked her haircut.
No, she kicked ass in that film.
And I actually don't think I ever saw the movie. I didn't see any of the American Girl doll movies.
I actually used to watch it. I mean, I don't know much about that. I only saw the one.
Okay.
And I really did like it, though. I watched it a lot, I remember.
The Berenstain Bears was another big one for me. Specifically, the Sleepy Hollow one with the Headless Horseman. I always loved it, even though it freaked me out a little bit. I don't like the whole decapitation thing.
Yeah, that was definitely scary. I just kind of accepted it. Sorry.
You're like Chucky. You're like, that's the stuff that you're worried about. And I'm very like timidly just like
reading a book.
Berenstain Bears.
Oh no, Bears.
Scary. And like Hocus Pocus. Like that's my shit.
Don't turn the light off, Mom.
I'm so soft.
Wait, will you crack the door open a little and leave the hall light on? Bri, what did I tell you about reading it before bed? If it's gonna scare you and give you nightmares, you can't check it out.
Why was that something we did so much as kids? Where it's like, you're like, no, but like, don't turn the light off. And they're like, why do you do this? It scares you. But don't. I love it.
It's the only thing I have.
You're literally crying because you're scared right now.
Oh, yeah.
I know, but don't take it away.
Oh, my God, I know. It's terrible. One time...
Glutton for punishment.
No. Oh, gosh, yeah. Too much to unpack. At least for us. We did that before this. This is now for the roomies. Speaking of...
Hey, guys.
How the hell are ya?
Welcome home. Thanks for coming. Welcome back.
We always give you something, huh? It's never just like, how was your day? It was good. It's always like, hi, how are you? I'm a glutton for punishment.
What childhood trauma are you working through today?
I still don't fuck with dolls. Why can't I get off Chucky? Something to talk about. Oh, God. It can never just be normal, huh? But that's what you get with us. You get what you pay for. You get what you subscribe to.
In case you're new here, I'm Bri.
I'm Abby.
And we are your rent-free roommates.
You love us.
Welcome. We are so happy to have you back. Happy to be alive and not sick and in bed forever. Mm-hmm. And super excited to talk to you guys again. But if you have written to us before, or if you haven't and you want to hear your story on the podcast, email us at rentfreeroommates@gmail.com.
Yeah. You heard it. The girls that get it.
And it can be anything. Nothing is going too far for us.
No, not at all.
You should know that by now.
Literally never heard of it. Don't know what that is at all. Bri and I actually had a therapy session before this so that we could be here for you.
Yes.
But yeah, so email us anything you want. We want to hear it. Mm-hmm. You can also follow us. We're really funny on all our social media platforms.
We've been having fun.
It's been good, especially last episode's social media. And if you don't know, follow us. Yeah. Rent Free Roomies.
Go take a look.
That's
figure it out.
on Twitter.
Yes, Rent Free Roomies on Twitter. Rent Free Roommates everywhere else. And that is RENTFREEROOMMATES @gmail.com. Look at that. It's like a cheer.
It was. That was really good. You're getting really good.
You.
You're getting really good at that.
I feel like it's more fun that way.
It really is. And it gets me kind of hyped every time you do it. Like, I feel like I can't just sit still. I'm like, I got to let her know she's doing good. Oh, my God. I really...
Give me an R. It would take so long. We would be here for like 20 minutes.
Give me a break. But also, we love a good review or a rate. And we love to see those numbers grow. Come on.
Yeah.
We're hungry for more.
Subscribe.
More.
How do you like me? How do you like me?
Come on, guys. Please.
With great entertainment like that, how could you not want to come back?
Yeah, we can do more.
Mom.
We've got choreography, too.
We only know this song. Just this one song.
And I don't know any songs, to be honest with you. I just know words and songs.
We were just saying the other day, we're going to make a Abby's bop.
Yes. And
there's no full song.
And I don't know what it'll look like.
On a single track. No song is getting finished. And they're all going to end with her just saying, well.
until I'm done. Until I'm.
That's it.
That's all I know.
She constantly does that. And like 60% of the words are not right.
Never. Yeah.
She's like a mom.
And sometimes.
Just like very close, but not quite.
So. Just kidding. But yes, back to that, you guys. Come on, you want this. You live for this.
Yeah. You would love to hear Abby's version of any song. It's not going to be very long. It won't take up much of your time.
It's not going to take up a lot of your time, and you bet your ass you're going to laugh. And you will never hear the song the same way.
Yeah.
I've ruined a lot of songs for Bri. Or remixed, depends on how you want to look at it. But I mean, let me know what you guys want to hear. Leave a comment. Follow us. If you follow us, I might do a song.
Just for you.
Just for you. So I'm not telling who though.
It's quite a deal. Mm-hmm. I would take her up on it.
You'd be a fool to miss out on that business opportunity. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Sharks, I'm here today to tell you our next business.
Where's the
venture.
product? Bri moves to the side.
Right here.
Ma. How do you like it? How do you like it? That's all. So, I'm done.
Let me just leave.
So how much would you like to invest?
Money, please.
Money, please.
Oh my goodness. We really got away. Let that one get away from us. Sorry.
But we love you guys, and we just need you to love us back.
Yeah.
But most importantly, we're really excited and love the stories that we're going to be talking about today. I think they're really important for different reasons.
Yeah.
And are just really great conversations to have. And I will stop gatekeeping.
Let's have them. Let's get into it.
Give me what you want. That's what I just, when I was screaming, I'm like, come on! Where she's like,
Bring in the laser.
yes. Oh my God, what is her name? Because she was like always at a 10. And I feel like that's probably my spirit animal.
She's one of those people that's like in everything. Like she will just pop up out of nowhere, and you're like, "Oh my God, it's the girl from Austin Powers." I feel bad that that's all I ever know her
I'm sick
as.
of realizing?
What?
That all of my spirit animals in movies are like really crazy.
You made those decisions.
It's just like because my other spirit animal is Rosie O'Donnell in League of Their Own.
God, yes. Two more.
I want some. And I'm just like,
That is one of my favorite Rosie moments in that movie, though.
like, every time I see it, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that's what it's like, huh? That's what it's like to play games with me.
You just have a lot of emotion.
I do.
You get very into it. It's just because you care.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I used to get told to like tone it down a little bit in sports as a kid.
Ew, fuck that.
I know.
You wouldn't be told that if you were a boy.
Period. Thank you. Anyway, way to humble it. You're forgiven.
Thank
For
you.
just trying to say I wasn't creative. She's just trying to save face, y'all. She's doing
No,
PR.
y'all.
She's on her PR tour. Her comeback tour.
I have my YouTube apology ready and
Oh
waiting.
my God. Yes. Dance for me. Tell me you're sorry. Tell me that.
I'm gonna have so much mascara running down my face. Kind of on topic.
It's always a good start.
Yeah. I'm emotionally starved, and I cried like a baby when a random person called me gorgeous. I love that title. I can relate so hard. Yeah. Some context. I was moving houses and agreed to drop off some extra things free of charge to someone who needed them. We messaged on Marketplace. After leaving their house, they sent me a text saying how they appreciated my help and thought I was gorgeous. I sat in my car just looking at the message for what felt like 5 minutes until I started shaking and just crying like a child. The worst part is I feel like I can't talk to my partner about this for a few reasons, which I won't get into. What I want to say here is that, please, look after yourselves and spread some kindness. That one message helped me in a way that that person sending it couldn't imagine. I loved this for that last part. Like, one, I can relate to it. Like, just this simple little message, like, affecting you way more than anyone would ever assume it would, or even that you would assume it would yourself. But also, that is huge to me because I try to live by that a lot of when you're thinking of somebody or when you notice something positive, let it be known. Like, just don't be afraid to give people compliments because I think it always just makes somebody's day. Like, when I'm, like, going through a drive-through, I've, like, complimented the person's, like, hair, glasses, nails, anything. And I feel like it just always makes that person's day. Like, I can, like, notice the difference in them when they're like, oh, thanks. Like, just little things like that. But then also, literally anytime I have somebody who I haven't talked to in a really long time, I feel like some people get too self-conscious and they don't want to reach out to somebody because it's been so long. And maybe, like, it's not like you were the closest of friends. So you're like, I don't know, is that weird? But I feel like if you're thinking of that person, there's a reason for it. So just, even if you're just saying that, like, hey, I was thinking of you, hope you're doing well, just wanted to stop by and say hey. Because I think it can mean a lot to people, just that knowing that somebody else was thinking about them.
Oh, yeah. I love doing that to people, actually. Yeah. I'm a firm believer of if you're thinking it, say it. Just because I feel like there's so much negativity and, like, especially on social media too, you just, like,
Absolutely.
You see so many people just want to tear down people for no reason. Yeah. So I think it's especially important that when you do want to pay somebody that kind of compliment, not in a creepy way.
Right.
When you do want to pay somebody a compliment or just, like, let something be known that you saw of them or just want to appreciate something they did, let them know. It means the world. And I love reaching out to people too and sometimes it's not the best circumstances. Sometimes it's like, I know they're going through something difficult, or I know that, it's been a hard couple months for them. So, I mean, like, I'll reach out and just be like, I'm really thinking of you, and just, like, commend them on their strength and their ability to get through these hard times too, because I think those are also important times to let people know, or just, like, remind them of how strong they are, because I feel like it's especially hard to see it in those circumstances. But most of all, it's just really important to let people know. And I wish it was, like, pushed more. But I think newer generations, honestly, I've seen it a lot more with teachers where they just have, like, more tactics to make children express themselves in those ways more or interact with people and really pay them those compliments. So hopefully it gets normalized a bit more. But I'm really happy that this person got to experience that, though.
I know. And don't be, like, down on yourself, or don't feel weird that it made you emotional. Like, give into the emotion, honestly. Let it out, because obviously there was something that needed to be let out. And it sounds like this interaction made you realize something, or even if you've already known that, me being me and loving talking through stuff with everybody, of course I do want to get into it, but we're not going to force that on you and be like, so what did you not say? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Even though I want to be there for you in that way. But I do hope that letting this emotion out, I hope you have somebody that you are willing to talk through whatever it is that kind of stirred up for you with somebody, because you should talk about it. Don't keep it bottled up, because that's when emotions like this find their way out. And this one was, I think, a cathartic emotion that you were letting out.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me, the kind of emotional response it brought out of you. Mm-hmm. And to Bri's point, it makes me want to know more of just, like, what transpired there, what brought you to tears.
Right. Because, and it was a positive thing. So even if it's is I don't want to say simple, because it's like, that is a big thing. If you just don't hear that a lot or hear it enough, that's enough to, make anybody emotional.
I agree. And I think it just goes to show that what we're so hard on ourselves about and what we fail to see, people can see so many positives in you despite what you may think you actually look like or what you're reflecting to the outside world. And I think that's really important. And I mean, maybe that's what stirred up the emotion there. But I mean, if you don't want to go exploring that right away, you certainly don't have to. But I do think it's really interesting, like, why it brought you to that. I think that's an interesting emotion. I don't think you're wrong by any means, but I think it's worth exploring, why did that make you feel that way? It does. To me, it intrigues me.
Yeah. And but also give yourself that credit. If this person's giving you that compliment or saying this nice thing about you, I hope that you do. I hope that it made you emotional because you were giving yourself that credit and realizing, oh wait, this person just like said this really nice thing about me.
Solidified that like you're beautiful.
Yeah, and this is something that's second nature to you. Like that you didn't think twice about helping in that way, and then you got thanks for it and it made you emotional. So like, you sound like a great person. Like, give yourself that credit that you're very caring and helpful.
Yeah. There's not a lot of people out there like that in this world. Like, just like these days too, that will just do things out of the kindness of their heart as well. So that's really important. And you probably just made that person very appreciative, and that could have been like that kind gesture on top of what you were already like physical attributes too.
Yeah.
Physical attributes too probably just made them see what a just like a wonderful person you were. And I think that shows that beauty also isn't just skin deep. Like it's so much more than that too. Yeah. At least in my opinion with how that, because you obviously created some positive experience for them, and then your physical attributes just happen to be a plus on top of that. Yeah. But I mean, it's wonderful that they were able to pay you that too. And I think it's, to Bri's point from earlier, I think it's really important to let people know that. And I hope it kind of inspires that in you as well. I think it's kind of who you are naturally. And I think a part of what kind of makes you gorgeous is that kind heart of yours, from what it sounds like. Yeah. And I think the best way for people to keep seeing that is being the person that you are. And I think it'd be really great too. Maybe it could be like a domino effect of, make it a point to spread that same kindness that that person paid towards you. Pay it forward. Yeah. Pay it forward. And something like this is definitely, it's not easy to do, but pay it to yourself too. Very good. Because that's probably the hardest thing. Yeah, actually, like snaps, Bri. Hell yeah, bitch. I really liked that. It's so uncomfortable, and it's sad that this is the reality, but I know that I'm 100% in this boat too. It is so uncomfortable to like compliment yourself. It really is. Oh my God. And to say good things or nice things about yourself. It is. It's and that's why it like makes me thankful to live with people that are like, if I'm not going to say it, they will kind of thing. And they're like literally like putting your face in the mirror and be like, look at you. Fucking pretty. Jesus. We've said it on here before. Abby is my Kris Jenner. Like you're doing amazing, like sweetie. And I appreciate the fuck out of her for that. Like maybe that I'm just around it so much more since we live together that I'm like, stop. She really likes me, huh? But I mean, that's just like one of the things, and it's made me see a lot of things in myself, and I think Bri can say the same thing too, that like the way we've treated each other, and really kind of, we really do put I can speak for Bri and Bri can speak for me, like that if if we see something in the other, we'll automatically call it out, like compliment. I'll be like, oh my God, you look so pretty today. Or like, that outfit's amazing. Or I'll just randomly be like, your style's been so great lately. Da, 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 da. Just like these little things, like our like house especially, which is why I think it's like such a wonderful environment, is that we really truly do embody the like, if we see it, we're going to say it. Or if we feel it. See something, say something. See something, say something in positive ways too. Okay.
But yeah, like there really is just like a complete stranger. Like, and I like, it makes me feel good too. I like knowing that like I might have made somebody's day.
Yeah.
If I was getting lunch. I was at Chipotle and the girl ringing me up, I was obsessed with whatever color she had on her lips. And this is something I love about girls, is that when we pay each other compliments, we immediately, whoever just got the compliment, I think maybe this is us deflecting, but it's a positive thing still, because she was like, oh my God. And she like reached in her pocket and like showed me what it was and told me what it was. She was like, oh, I got it here. I just got
No, I think that's just girls looking out for girls there.
I love
She's
that.
a girl's girl.
Yeah.
That's just all it is.
It's so rarely that we're just like, oh, thank you.
No, she's just trying to tell you, no, bitch, let me hook you up too.
I'm like,
no.
oh my God, I got it at Target.
She's just for the girlies.
Yeah. And I love that. Like, those are my favorite interactions.
They're the best. And I really hope you get more of them. And I hope that it just, maybe you just are that bitch. Sorry.
You are, obviously.
Maybe that's all it is, hon.
But yeah, we all need to work on taking the compliments. I know I do. And then also giving yourself some, like we said.
I mean, maybe do a 50-50, girl. Like,
yeah.
Give them just as much as you receive them. I don't know.
One for you, one for me.
Okay, now say something nice about me.
Say it back.
I think I did that to Devin once. I think I complimented her, and she like just said thank you to me. And I was a pause, and I was like, say something nice about me? Just like waiting, like hands on my knees. I'm like,
let yourself feel these emotions. Don't feel weird about it. When you're ready, if you're ready, have more of that conversation with somebody that you trust. And I hope that you do have somebody. If you don't be afraid to reach out to us. We will happily be that person for you. And it doesn't have to be on an episode like we said last time. We can have that conversation off the books.
Those are, honestly, if you don't have that support system, because, I mean, I don't think I didn't catch. No, I caught where you said that you didn't want to talk about it with your partner for various reasons about the experience. And, you know, I was a little bummed to kind of see that part, because it was such a really positive story, I feel like.
Yeah.
Up until I saw that, because I do also feel like that, you know, obviously, like we said, that drew some sort of emotion out of you, good, bad, you know, whether you need to reflect on it deeper. It brought something out of you, and obviously enough to where you wanted to discuss it.
Right.
And bring some sort of light to it. And I was a little bummed to know that you probably didn't have, like, the best outlet to talk to your partner with. So if you feel like you can't, you know where to find us.
Right.
I'd be more than happy to listen to those experiences. And if you want my 2 cents or my celebration, whatever you want from us. I mean,
whatever you want from me.
What do you want?
But you know we're going to hype you up, so.
Yeah.
We're here for that.
Or, I mean, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, baby girl.
An unbiased opinion.
If you just need somebody to talk to, a little girlfriend, we're your girls. We're girls. And for everybody, really. We are for everybody.
Yeah.
Not just the gals.
Yeah. You're just one of our girls when we're having that conversation.
Exactly.
No
so
matter who you are.
Come find us. We'll hype you up. We'll help you out. Email us, rentfreeroommates@gmail.com.
We're here for you, babes. Just want me to Google it.
I'd like you to Google it if you don't mind. My phone's on airplane mode.
Okay.
So it can never go out of it.
Stuck forever.
So, at least until you hit not recording anymore.
Sharks can smell blood from hundreds of meters away in concentrations as low as 1 part per million. Wow.
Fuck.
So, be careful.
Stay out of the water, everyone. What we're not going to do is give sharks the bad PR. They get enough. You know,
Get enough of
well,
that.
I often think, I think about it probably more than I probably should. Because I'm like, what am I doing PR for sharks for? Like, because I'm like, well, honestly, it's their home. I do love sharks. But the way I look at it, it's their home. Bitch, if somebody were in my home just like swimming around and like splashing shit and moving, you better believe I'd be checking it out and I might bite.
With that many teeth, why not?
Sure, yeah. What are you doing here? The kids are sleeping.
Get out of my space.
You didn't even call.
I think there was a split second where I was like, huh, and like not afraid of sharks anymore for a little bit, because in my psychology class, that was one of the ways she explained, I forget what the actual term is, but how everybody's afraid of sharks because you like you were saying, all you hear is the bad stuff.
Yeah, the bad PR.
But we're not hearing all the good stuff because it's good stuff. Nobody's like, this shark was so nice. This shark just swam by me and did nothing.
Leaves a Yelp review.
He swam by me and said nothing.
Just swam with great white 32 feet.
Emphasis on great. Oh my gosh.
What?
It's a repeat roomie. We have a roomie coming back. This is our summer dress roomie. Anybody that heard that episode, she came on back, and we love hearing again from our roomies. This is texting back my best friend. Hey guys, summer dress roomie here, this time back for some advice. To put all the necessary context short, I moved countries at 16 after high school to live abroad. Not a great distance, it's about a 3-hour flight from my old country. This girl, C, has been my best friend since we were 13, coming up to 9 years, and she visited me twice at my home last year, since COVID restrictions were finally lifted. The problem: she texted me at the end of December asking what my birthday plans were, as our dates are just 2 days apart, and last year she surprised me with a 2-week visit, and I haven't texted her back. I know I sound like a terrible friend, but there's a few factors at play that lead to such a long wait. My phone was broken for a while, so I didn't know about the message until January. But to be honest, my stomach dropped when I did read it. First time she stayed, we spent a weekend in town at my sister's apartment because I don't live near anything particularly fun, and she's a big drinker/clubber. We went with my boyfriend, Jay, who she'd met for the first time, and things were cool. The next week, we stayed mostly at my boyfriend's, drinking, playing games, and watching a new show together, and this is where things went downhill. She was fine with Jay the first week. They got along all weekend, and then C started acting weird, talking about other boys and actively trying to get me to agree on their hotness, while my boyfriend of 2 years then, 3 this year, was in the room beside me. Of course, I answered with something along the lines of, no, I prefer Jay, but I was met with, no, but he's so hot, look at him. Another line from C, come back to X country with me. I can set you up with some fit guys. Again, this is while Jay is in the room. You can imagine how gut-wrenchingly awkward of a position that put me in. And after she left at the end of the week, Jay and I had a long talk about it. He just couldn't understand why she went from being friendly with him at the weekend to so subtly cruel. I couldn't either, but I've always tried to rationalize it with the fact she had a very unhealthy relationship when we were in high school, at the same time her parents separated. And hasn't seriously dated anyone since, so she doesn't know how to accept loving relationships in a way. The next time she visited was in August, when she stayed for a week, which I'm still paying my sister back the money for, which leads to just another reason I don't want her to visit. I just can't afford it. My parents will have just returned that same week from a month-long holiday, which they're on right now, and 2 weeks later, my mom will be in surgery and on a long road to recovery, so borrowing more money from more family isn't an option. My depression, anxiety, and unmedicated ADHD make my own life and mental state always so hectic, and I just can't think of anything worse than balancing that atmosphere between myself, C, and J, just so that there's no arguments or awkwardness. And I feel like I can't bring it up to her because she won't understand the wedge she puts into my relationship. And also, it's just been too long. I want to text her soon, tell her it's really not a good time, but I mean, if this is how it is it ever going to change in the future? I love my friend, but admittedly, we don't talk often. And again, ADHD makes me forget to maintain friendships, especially ones further away. Sorry if this is just one big rambling mess, girls. I'm just a little lost in my own head and would love your take. You guys have a great friendship. Also, I put salt on my pizza last night, and holy shit, it changed my life. Talk about that ADHD, girl. Hope you're both staying well. Summer dress roomie. Love that.
Oh my God, I love you. I'm so happy to hear from you. Just first and foremost, it's great to hear from you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back. I just want to say that I think you're totally in the right. I couldn't help but think that from the very beginning. The more I started to learn, the more I was like, girl, you have nothing to be sorry for.
Yeah.
At all. You are going through it. And I mean, it sounds like you're just that type of person where, of course, you're going to think of the other individual, but like you have no reason to here. You just, I mean, just in general, like even if you wanted her to come, I don't even think it's a good time in your life.
Yeah.
Like that, it's just not happening, babe.
Right.
That's just all it is. But like just the cherry on top of it is, unfortunately, as much as we can love people, though, we can't heal them and we can't make them be ready to be something before they're ready. And that's just where your friend is at the moment. And because I'm just going to kind of call it how I see it in that moment is like, yes, we love her and we can totally appreciate the memories and the past that we have with people. But point blank, if somebody is not growing anymore or like trying to actively work on themselves and you kind of see that being projected onto you as a result, I think it's totally fair to reevaluate how much time you spend with that person and how much of yourself you continue to give to them, just because at a certain point in your life, you really do begin to realize that who you kind of surround yourself with plays a huge part in your energy.
Absolutely.
And your energy shifts. Like people definitely can drain us because they require a little bit more work and effort. Whereas like, yes, of course, friendship and any type of relationship, it's not always going to be like a walk in the park. Right. But I also don't feel like relationships should like drain you to an extent.
No, absolutely not. And you moved away and you like, that is huge and changes a person. You grow so much when you take yourself out of your comfort zone, when you take yourself out of your little bubble that you grew up in, and now you're forced out of your comfort zone and forced to do things on your own, make decisions on your own, pay for everything on your own, and you just grow as a person. And this happens, I think, very, very, very often, where as if you're growing and you have a friend that stayed back home, they just don't have as many opportunities to grow in the same way that you did. And sometimes that doesn't have any effect on a friendship, but in this way it's one, and you are far from alone in this. This happens all the time where you are growing and your friend is just kind of staying back. Abby was touching on this a little bit, that just because you've been friends for so long, time doesn't mean that you have to bend over backwards for anybody or change anything about your own life that you've created for yourself for them. And she acted very selfishly, even just coming and surprising you.
That's not cool. I think that's really a huge form of disrespect.
Yeah.
Because you're basically telling that person, I don't really care what you have going on or might have going on. I'm here, so that means that like I'm I just don't like that.
No, right.
It's just like there's such a lack of consideration in that, and it's like you're kind of now asking this person on the fly to make accommodations for you because I'm assuming if you give a mouse a cookie, they're going to want to so she's going to want to stay with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just not like, it's just.
People can surprise each other. Like surprise visits are great. But when that happens in a good situation, when it's a good surprise and not selfish on the person doing the surprise, it was done in an adult way where they set it up with people around you, where they know your schedule, they're making accommodations for yourself, and they're just nearby now. And now you have more of an opportunity to hang out, or maybe they really set stuff up with people around you and they were like, oh, they're free on this day, come here, we can all hang out then, we can do a party, or like just so that there's some help, so it's not like they just showed up on your doorstep and now you have to take care of them.
That, and I just want to preface, did she tell us how long she wanted to stay this time? Because last time it was 2 weeks, and that's a long time to entertain somebody.
A long time.
That is a really long time, and that's a big ask, especially to just drop that on somebody last minute.
Right.
I would be pissed as fuck.
Just even a weekend gets expensive if you have somebody staying with you.
Yeah.
Because then you're like going out to eat all the time and doing all these extra activities that you
It's
didn't necessarily
rude as
budget
fuck.
for.
It's rude as fuck.
Yeah. It's very selfish on her part.
I don't mean to be so blunt, but like honestly, I'm just like, as a friend, I just wouldn't do that to somebody. And as an example, one of my best friends, who I've been friends with actually since, like, a very similar story to you, but her and I are still like, we're good friends still. Not that you two aren't. I don't want to dig a hole here. But she lives in New York. I live in Chicago. And we've been friends since we were in middle school. And I mean, we don't talk every day either, but like we're still very close. We just went on a trip together last summer to make it work. And she was actually trying to plan a visit to come to Chicago because she still has family out here and I'm obviously out here. And, you know, a friendship, when consideration is, you know, very much a part of it, is she asked me what weekends will I be free the most? Like, what is looking best for me, so that one, we can make sure that each other is a priority, and two, that like I'm not having to drop everything, and nor is she, like if she has family engagements. It's just consideration for each other's time, which you're not getting here.
I'm also laughing at the idea.
Oh, I thought she was laughing at me, and I was supposed to be like, what's funny?
No, of her just showing up, especially because you said it was like for your birthday. So she literally showed up and was like, I'm your present, bitch.
Oh my God, I hope she brought something.
Happy birthday, it's me.
I would have been like, turn around, because I like, where's the gift? Just kidding. But and like the thing is it really is anxiety inducing when you have somebody who you didn't invite, you're not very close with. The last time you were with them, it wasn't that great of an experience. So like, holy shit, I can only imagine what you must be feeling right now. But I think it's in your best interest to work up the courage somewhere to let her know that this can't happen and kind of deal with the blowout. I think the benefit, like, you'll see more pros than you see cons here. I think you'll feel so much better.
There was no consideration in her just showing up, and she continued that through the weekend, being like saying things out of pocket around your boyfriend and like in regards to your boyfriend, and then kind of guilting you, probably knowing who you are as a friend, and kind of playing that guilt card, or trying to at least, and being like, come back home, like come back here, I'll set you up with a guy. Obviously she's needing something, but that's not your responsibility. She's needing the attention, or needing to have somebody back home, or just like maybe is missing like going out, missing having another single friend again, possibly. But that's not your responsibility. And it's not very adult of her to like, just, I don't know, throw low blows at your boyfriend, like passively. To
that was kind of like, wild.
Yeah, that would never even cross my mind. Even if we were like me and your boyfriend are good friends, and I'm like making, like, that's not even a joke I would make.
No,
it's not funny.
I just wouldn't do that
fun.
to anybody.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't do that to anybody because it's rude as fuck, and it's like, I think it's funny because it's the complete opposite of what the last story was.
Yeah,
when you think about it, because it's like, oh yeah, just be kind, and this person's like, nah, fuck that. This person's like, this dude sucks. Oh, hey, Brad. Did you know you suck? This is literally what
you just met him,
right, girl?
How you haven't even spent enough time with
What's
him
his
to
last
form
name?
an opinion. Yeah.
Do you even know his birthday? Jeez. But no, and unfortunately, they're just kind of showing, one, to Bri's point, yeah, they're not acting like a friend. And I especially don't like when people aren't in good places in their life and they like really project that negativity on people. Because I'm just like, I love you. Why are you doing that to me? But no, when they project their unhappiness onto me and kind of like make it my problem because it's soul sucking. And that's, it's not, I love you, but that's not my fault. And, I can be here for you, but if that's how you're going to treat me, that's just not cool. Because, I mean, at a certain point, too, like, you also have to respect yourself. And, what are you willing to put up with? Because, like, they're not being a good friend right now, and it sucks to have to call somebody on that. But I also, we've said it in the past, just because blood, doesn't mean they're family. Just because you've known them a long time doesn't mean you can't take a break from somebody or put pause in it. I've had relationships that at a certain point were no longer benefiting me, and I had to really reevaluate that and see if it was something I should continue on, because similar to you, I would leave interactions just drained by how they would make me feel. Mm-hmm. And then, gave it a while. The love didn't go away. Just because I'm not speaking to you doesn't mean I wish you ill. You can do that with people. You can step away and be like, I wish you the best, but it's just not me and you right now. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean, I want bad things for you. But we eventually came back to each other, and we're in a much better place. We're not like where we used to be friendship wise. I don't think we ever will be, nor do I think we should, to be honest with you. I just don't think that's where either of us are at anymore. But those are just chapters too. And it's just a part of growing up. And that's just kind of how it happens. But to my point, you can grow apart from people if you're no longer providing each other with what a healthy relationship looks like. But you can still do that and respect them and love them and wish them the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, I second everything Abby just said. Friendships are something you can grow out of. You can not. One of the worst parts of growing up is that not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. Just because you made them as a friend younger doesn't mean they're going to stick around forever. And it's a two-way street. If you want that relationship to continue, you can put effort into that. But if you're not getting that same effort reciprocated, and if you're not receiving the same respect you're giving somebody, then that's not the kind of relationship you should keep around. A good relationship is somebody who's gonna grow with you, and everybody grows at their own time. So that's like why what Abby was saying, where Abby set those boundaries in those friendships and spoke her piece, and those were not easy conversations to have. And they might get defensive at first, but hopefully, if it's somebody who's meant to stay in your life and it's a friendship that's meant to last, they'll piece it together in their own time. And if they want to come back, they can come back. That's also still just them coming back in your life doesn't mean that they're meant to come back and stay, because that's another part to it is, if somebody comes back in your life, if you've kind of made space with a friend and they do come back in your life, there's still a conversation to be had. Is this person just trying to start up where it kind of sounds like your friend is doing right now? She's just kind of trying to start where you left off and hasn't really grown, or isn't like adding anything to the new friendship, or just new people that you've grown into. And especially if you've had tough conversations in the past, you've spoken your piece, you've let them know how they've made you feel, or just what your situation is and what you can handle, and whatever it is that you want the friendship to be. If they come back and it doesn't sound like they listened to a single damn thing you said, then they haven't learned. They haven't grown, and it's still not worth letting that person back in. You have to hear some growth from them for it to be worth letting them back into your life. If you do take space, because nothing is forever, which also means that ending something or taking space from somebody doesn't have to be forever either.
I agree. And I really liked your point and the way you've been wording it of space, because how on earth could you get mad at somebody and tell them that they're wrong for telling you what they have the space for and the capacity to handle? Right. And I kind of think that's how you should word it, since it seems like, you're not quite ready to probably lay it on as thick as Bri and I have, but we also don't have the history that you do, so it's easier for us to kind of make these comments. So if I had to offer up any advice on how I think maybe you should approach the situation, is I would definitely use Bri's words of space and what you have the availability for at this moment. You don't have the space in your life with all of the family issues you have going on and health concerns. Along with that comes financial concerns. So that in itself would stress anybody out. But, you know, you also don't have the space to do this last minute, and you don't necessarily have the space to be dealing with somebody who maybe isn't in the most healthy, positive mindset. And that's not really something you can take on at the moment. Mm-hmm. And that's fair. But I mean, obviously address that your phone's been broken too. Yeah. First and foremost, just because, you know, you said it's been a while since you answered the text. But I mean, yeah, definitely start with that. But let them know that it's just not the best time for X, Y, and Z. And then I think if you feel comfortable, I mean, maybe see how it goes, just letting them know that, you know, it's just not a good time for you. Because I'm kind of maybe also thinking that the kind of talk about your current relationship and its status could come at a later time, just because I feel like that's a lot of negativity to drop at once for somebody that, you know, you're already concerned about talking with. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it might be good, especially if you're feeling anxious. I mean, however you want to approach it, either in 2 conversations or all at once, but
a conversation definitely needs to be had. And like Abby said, start with your friendship together. And this is gonna sound like cheesy, like old-fashioned, like therapist stuff, but I've been trying to do it more in conversation, and it's like it's stuck around for a reason, leading with like I feel, because then it gives the other person less of a opportunity to say that they're being attacked, or to hopefully that they're not feeling attacked. Because if somebody's feeling attacked by the way you're feeling, that's not...
Oh, yeah, that's a them thing.
Yeah. It's like, well, I'm feeling this way because of something you did.
Yeah.
An action you did made me feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, whether or not that was your intention, this is still the reality of the situation. That's how it made me feel. I'm just letting you know that. So do with that what you will. You know, it's just advocating for yourself and just voicing your feelings.
Yes.
Which is hard.
Yeah. You know, you can do this. You've done hard things. You know, you moved to a different country. You created a new life. You're persevering through family issues. This is just another thing that's proving to you how strong of a person you are, and you've got this.
Yeah.
Advocate for yourself. Go after relationships where you feel respected and lift you up and bring some energy to you in a positive way, okay? Because life is short and you need people that are going to bring and add value to your life. Not that this person can't do that at another point in time, but it's just not happening at the moment, and that's an issue. Mm-hmm. But it's not your issue.
Right.
I mean, no conversations would ever be had if we were always worried about how it was going to make the other person feel. Too. Know that like we are practicing what we're preaching to. Right. And so we can say from experience that although those were tough conversations to have, I mean, I'm glad I had them. I don't regret them at all.
Know your worth and know the kind of friendship you deserve in return.
Come on, Sundress. Make us proud. No, just kidding. You already do, babe.
Yeah. Put on one of those dresses. Feel so good about yourself.
Put the fucking dress on and text your friend.
We believe in you. We know you can do it. And I think you'll be surprised with how much better you feel, or just even breathing a little bit more after
and
you
if
have
you
this conversation.
Literally send us an email after you do it. Like, you know, when you send a risky text and you're like, I need to tell somebody. Yeah. Literally just like send us a fucking email and be like, I did it. And like let us know how you're feeling, because I bet it'll feel good to get it all out after that. And you know, if there's one thing that we can be for you, it's a safe place.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that here. Same with anybody else listening. Same goes for you.
Yeah.
You know, we've got plenty of love to give. Mm-hmm. I'm small, but these arms are big.
I give really good hugs, guys.
She does. She does. Point blank.
We're here for you. We love your roomies. And Sundress Roomie, we believe in you.
We do.
Thank you so much for writing us again. Loved hearing from you again. anybody else can also write to us, and we will be so excited to hear from you too.
Yeah. This excitement is rated E for everyone. So email us, babes.
And then keep in touch, because we get really excited to hear back from you guys.
Yeah. Or
it is genuine.
No, but it really is, honestly.
But if you have anything that you want us to talk about, whether it's a story or a question, anything like this, like we said, the first time we heard from Summer Dress Roomie, she was just sharing some good news with us.
Some positive vibes.
And then she wrote to us for some advice, and we love being here for you guys. So let us know. Email us at rentfreeroommates@gmail.com. Follow us on our social media. We are Rent Free Roommates everywhere except Twitter. You can probably hear Abby mouthing along with me.
No, but you can't. I'm mocking her. Well, just because I'm really good at it, but keep going, Bri. Let them know you didn't finish.
We are Rent Free Roomies on Twitter. And please, 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 please rate, comment, review, subscribe. It helps us out. We want you guys to stick around, and that is the best way to know when we have a new episode.
We've been so consistent. Come on, bitch.
We're
Give us
doing much
credit.
better.
Stop.
We're doing much better.
So follow us because you love us and you just like the content that we post, because we post regularly. Come on, girl. Hype us up. We got this.
We are here for you guys. Thank you so much for sharing with us, trusting us with your stories, and I hope that we did you proud.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I really do.
But come on back.
Come on back now. You hear?
Until next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.